ladies and gentlethems. Welcome to the Yin and Yang Show.
I'm Yin.
And I'm Yang. And we're about to get into some things, y'all. We have our two guests today. We've got...
Tatiana.
And we've got...
Colleen.
Yes. We love it. You know, we're all about perspective here. And getting in on the ground level, in the streets, where it matters, okay? So we're going to jump right into here on the business of law. Let's talk about it. So this is kind of geared around the police. So the police, do they actually enforce anything, or do they just like sit on their post until it's time to just do some bullshit? Do they just sit on the side of the road? Do they randomly harass people? Is it specifically targeted on blacks? What do you guys feel?
They're definitely target. Let's just start there. But also, I do feel like police are very needed. Like back in 2020, when everything was going crazy and the world was up in fire, I still was like, let's not forget these people still have a family to go home to. Like, they're very much needed in the community, because if I get robbed, I'm calling somebody. Yeah. Like, their jobs are very important. I still feel like there needs to be that balance of like how much power we give these people, and that's with any like line of government, politicians even included. But like, cops are on the front line of the law. We see them; they're more face to face than like a politician. Like, we never see Karen Bass on the street, you know. So I do feel like there needs to be that, and that's not their fault necessarily, that the boundaries and like how much they're allowed to do and get away with, it has not been clearly drawn. There's work to be done there, but I feel like they're needed, and they do a lot of hard work that people don't give them credit for.
I agree.
I do also see and feel that they don't like to be wrong. They cannot say, oh, you know what, I fucked up, I'm sorry, my bad.
Right.
There was one situation where I was parking in front of my house, you know, usually just sit in your car for a few minutes, just browsing through your phone. Cop pulled right next to me and, asked me for my ID. I showed it to him, and he's like, do you live here? Because they got that whole thing that we got a call that, people are just like, roaming around this area. I was like, yes, I live here. But when I got off my car and I was going to hand in my ID and was looking at my address and trying to match it to the house, I saw him signal the partner, or the person who was in the car, in the police car, to just calm down, because the other guy was going to get off the car. So at that point, I was like, okay, what's going to go down? Mm-hmm. So I think that instead of him saying, you know what, everything's cool, whatever, that was my bad, he basically told his cop friend or whatever, his partner, to come down and not do whatever he was about to do. And that kind of, scared me a little bit. But they were never about like, oh, you know what, sorry about that, like my mistake, whatever. They never want to be wrong.
Well, it's the thing. You remember we've been to Barcelona. First of all, the cops out there, male or female, are fine as hell. and especially the ones in Brazil. They got bodies. They fit. I was like, what type of cops are y'all? Y'all escort cops or strippers or something? It was, but they treated you like with dignity and respect.
Yeah.
And so
they work for the
public. They work for the people, and so it was a different experience. And it was just how, like, a clear example, being in Atlanta. That was the first time ever that I did not fear for my life at all. It would be a cop pulled me over. He was like, you was going almost 15 miles. Give me your license. It was just like, because we related to each other, maybe because they were black as well. And there was also a white cop that I had an interaction with, but they interact with black people a lot more. And so I was like, you guys can train y'all police to be more effective at treating us like human beings, because how would you, and there was a recent video that happened that was all in the news currently right now, where this, I guess the store clerk, this guy was stealing or something like that, shoplifting, and then his wife was recording, and then the cop just came over and just threw her on the ground, and this lady is like in her 60s. And I'm just like, would you like your grandmother to be thrown on the ground? I mean, like, y'all gotta start treating people like how y'all would like your family, your daughter, your son, or whoever to be treated as.
There's only so much training you can do. Some of that is personality.
Yes,
There's some people that get into that line of work because of their personality.
They're unfit.
It gives them power.
It gives them power to do.
Feel empowered because they probably feel weak in every other part of their life.
Yes.
So being a cop gives them like a sense of importance.
Mm-hmm. Or a sense of strength.
Yeah, so I think there needs to be more work that's done on like personality of these people that you're hiring. Like I can only train you how to use a weapon so much, but like using your judgment and like how you treat people,
or if you're mentally unstable, it's just like you're not even fit here. There should be a psychology test or something. There should be something.
They're just hiring cops because we need more cops.
Yeah, but a lot of these cops too come from military backgrounds, and they have PTSD and all other kind of shit.
Oh,
That's
yes.
how they go out into the world.
Oh yes.
So it's just there's a lot of background work that needs to be done on these people instead of just putting anybody on the street with a gun and just seeing what happens.
One thing that bothers me, and I will say this, is that when I see our tax dollars where you got a cop on the side of the damn road just sitting there. I know y'all have quotas and y'all trying to make revenue, but I'm like, y'all don't do any, y'all are killing unarmed black people with their hands behind their back, but y'all on the side of the road sitting out here like giving, I mean, that's not cop work. Cops back then, they used to kick in the door, they would go for the drug bust. I mean, I was like, that's what cops are supposed to do. I said, the cops today, I said, the cops today, I mean, they're harassing people. I'm like, get your ass off the side of the road and go do something. Like, do something constructive.
I disagree. Especially living in this city.
Well, California a little different.
On the side of the road, because some of these motherfuckers be going crazy.
They be going crazy in California.
I see them crazy,
Yes.
like high-speed chase. It's just, people need, there needs to be more cops actually parked on the side of the road sometimes. And I'd be like, where is the fucking cops at? When I see somebody going by and it's like 115 on a regular day, like, I appreciate them because I'm trying to make it home.
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
We'll definitely talk. We'll keep talking more about the law.
Yes, we will definitely come back to that because I have a whole different perspective on police, especially because my childhood experience of police was different than my adult version of living while black with police around. So we'll get back to that on another day. But
hello, ladies and gentlethems. If you're enjoying the show, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you can not only be a part of the conversation, but you will also be in the know when we upload new content. Love and light to you all.